Here is my presentation for Module 4, Homework 4. My presentation will be over the topics of mental health and sports gambling. My topics are on Chapter 10 that is tied into Chapter 15. Chapter 10 is performance of sports identity, and there is a section of performance and mental health. While Chapter 15 is sports gaming, and there is a section of sports gambling. And I will be talking about college athletes as well as professional athletes. Not everyone is immune to mental illness. There are many factors that cause people to have mental illnesses. And just like non-athletes, athletes are also prone to mental illnesses. There are a lot more factors that athletes go through. Factors such as a lot of pressure on them during a game, or perfection, or even losing a game can cause mental illness within an athlete. Here's a study by Noah Stansbury. In his study, he states that student athletes share the same stressors as non-student athletes, but another level of stress is added due to competitive sport. And from the same study, we are given some percentages of men and women athletes who reported having signs of anxieties and those who seeked help. As you can see, more women reported having anxiety than men, and it shows that men are still in the macho mentality and don't want to be shown as weak. But there is also a small percentages of athletes that are willing to seek help because they do not want to be seen as weak and not lose playing time. However, college students are not the only ones who go through this. Professional athletes also have struggles with mental health, and a few examples are Simone Biles and Michael Phelps. So how does gambling tie into this and affect athletes? Sport betting is available in some form within 38 of the 50 U.S. states. Any state is now able to pass its own legalized sports gambling legislation. Non-athletes gamble on both the professional and collegiate levels. People bet on the winner of the games, points of either team that is over or under a certain number, and how many points a specific player makes. And the most gambled on sports are football, basketball, and baseball. Football and basketball are both on the professional and collegiate level, while baseball is just the professional level. Athletes on both levels have been threatened due to poor performances. And in another study by Andrew Rhodes, here's a quote saying athletes have received threats from their poor performances in games and that affected betting outcomes. And this article by Jerry Carino is about the growth of sport betting and how it is contributing to mental health crisis. And the images I provided shows that student athletes receive threats if they lose a game. And in this next slide, it also shows professional athletes that have received threats, and it even mentions that bettors would message the players for money because the players owed it to them after losing a game. There are a few ways professional and college athletes can get help. Many sports organizations require in-house mental health services, and each organization I have listed, I'll have a way for players to receive help if they have any mental health issues. Not only that, athletes and other organizations are creating ways for athletes to seek help as well as being a voice for others. A few examples I provided: DeMar DeRozan and Hayden Hurst. Two of these are great examples, as one is a current active player, DeMar, and the other is retired, Hayden. And an example for a national team is the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. When you go to their website and under the For Athletes tab, you can find a mental health resources tab. There you can find a list of the resources that the USOPC provide. And that is the end of my presentation. I hope this was very informative and that you can see how both Chapter 10 and 15 tie together. If you or anyone else you know need help, dial the 988 hotline or speak to a professional near you. Thank you.